I'd like to take a minute to explain the importance of templates and how to create them. So when it comes time to creating a workout for a client or a group, your tendency is going to be just to go to that client, press the plus button, and start creating a workout. Currently, you're not able to save a workout backwards into a template. So I want to strongly encourage you to create templates to start. So how do you do it? Well, from the iPhone or Android perspective, you can create templates just about as easily as you can on the web version. So if I select that three-line icon upper left, I see my full menu. And if I select Content Library, I'll see an option called Workout Templates. So in this interface, I can see a variety of different templates. And so if I select that funnel in the upper right, I can see the templates that I have selected that are mine or those from GoMotive or from the Gray Institute. So as instructed in the other tutorial, this is my preference when it comes to filtering for templates. And so everything that's available is now shown. So if I don't want to look at everything that's there, then I could, deselect those and continue on. All right, so these are my templates as is, and I can take these templates, I can clone them, I can save them as a kickstart or what is now called a quick start. Those functions are on the web, but for purposes of creating one, let me walk you through it. I press the plus button, and the first thing I have to do, of course, is name it. So we'll just call this a test template, and I then need some kind of description. And with a description in place, I need to identify how long is it that I want my clients to be doing this particular workout. So, typically it's going to be 14 days, 30 days, let's say 30 days. And then I have to select a category: general fitness, injury prevention, restorative wellness, or sports. If I select sports, I have the ability to add several other elements. So I'm tagging my template so that later on, if I want to search by sport condition, I could do so. So if I want to call this a template associated with stretches, then I can do so, right? And if I want to associate it with a specific sport, I could say baseball or bicycling, which would be unlikely. So anyway, whatever it is, select it, select done, and then you're ready to move on. There's 2 steps to creating a template. There used to be 4. We've made it a lot simpler. The thing about a template is it's defaulting to have one phase. So here you'll see that first phase and or progression. So I do need to add in some exercises and several other things. So if I'm saying that it's a 30-day workout, the template needs to identify which days do I want my client to be able to access it. So if I just say in this first phase as an example, let's say I say days 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so when I use this template in a workout, whatever day I use to set it to start, day 1 is going to populate into the calendar. So I'm going to say it's probably not going to take 60 minutes. Let's say it takes 30 minutes to get this workout done. And then I have to add in exercises. So here again, I've got my search filters. And if I select the funnel, I can see what I have previously selected in my preferences. And so maybe I'll deselect all these exercises and just look at, say, GoMotive exercises. So if I select those options and the looking glass, now I'm going to see all of the exercises from the GoMotive library. And if I wanted to do additional kinds of filterings like difficulty level, down below you'll see the different categories. So these are all now shown as in general fitness, but that will change as you add additional exercises in. Do you want to do it by body part? Let's say I just want to do sort of a hand-wrist type setup. So I select that. I select the looking glass one more time, and I will now see exercises filtered just for that purpose. So at this point, I've got a list of exercises, and I can sort of review them or just select them. So if I want to play it, I can look at that and, oops, I don't want to do that. because I can't show it to you or it'll stop my recording of this tutorial. Sorry, but here we go. So I've selected, let's just say, 3 exercises, and I press the check mark. Now they're ready to go. In a template, I don't have to put in sets and reps, because when I create the workout is the time that I typically would set that. But if I know every time I use this template, I'm always going to have, one set of 3 reps, I can go in here and put in 1 and an arrow and say 3 and done. And if there's nothing else, I can go to the bottom. And if that were the same metrics I wanted to use for all of these exercises, I would select apply to all. If I had preset some global settings that I wanted to use, I could use those as well. So there, I've just saved a bunch of steps. If there's additional equipment, I've already seen I need tubing for this particular exercise. If I want to add in my own cues, I have that option. Or if I want to create some notes associated with this particular exercise in this particular template, I have the ability to do that. Okay, so I've selected the check mark upper right, and I have put in sets and reps, so when I go to use this template, that will be pre-populated. I now select the check mark one more time, and I've got my first phase in place. So I can add a second phase. As you recall, I just selected days 1, 3, and 5, so of course I'd probably want to extend that. But for purposes of demonstration, I'll go ahead and say that's enough. I'll select that check mark one more time. Am I done with it? Do I want to save it as a draft? If I say save and publish, I now have a new template in my library. So this is just accessible to me, nobody else. There it is, test template. And if I swipe left, I can go directly into it and edit it. So anything that you've created, you're going to see. So this is an account created under Soccer Trainer, so you can see that name up top, and that gives me the ability to edit it, etc. There you have it. Hope that works.